Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves for the one and only World Improv Network comedy show on Mile High Sports Radio. Take part in the show by giving your suggestions or questions to the cast for each show segment throughout the week, or live during the show by hitting them up on Facebook at World Improv Network, on Twitter at World Improv Net, or by calling in to Mile High Sports Radio studio line. Now, enjoy the show. It's local. It's global. You're listening to WIN World Local News.
WIN World Local News on Mile High Sports Radio. I'm Potter Smittss. Breaking news into the WIN World Local News sports desk from WIN sports reporter Fired Up Frank, who's live in Sheridan, Wyoming at the Grand National Cowtipping Championships. Fired Up, how's the competition pushing through?
Well, Potter, it's a little more boring than I expected. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I guess for these rural country folk, this is high entertainment. But I'll be honest, it's a lot of guys leaning against a cow for a long period of time before the thing falls over. And frankly, I'm just getting kind of bored. And also hungry. Because I'm looking at these cows and it's like, man, that's some good steak. But they're not feeding us. And all I'm doing is watching people lean against a cow. You, sir, local cow tipping enthusiast Kyle, why do you enjoy this?
Well, I reckon I never thought about it.
Kick the kid, Nick, you overheater, kid.
Honestly, these people, Potter, seem to have their own language that I can't totally interpret. I think they're actually communicating with the cows in their native tongue. But, I'm anxious to get out of here. There's not a lot going on in Wyoming. Sir, I don't know what that means. And, Potter, back to you.
Well, all right, Fired Up. Well, we'll send you on another assignment, maybe a little more engaging for you next week. Well, nonetheless, our next breaking story is brought to us by WIN contributor Larry G. of Denver, Colorado. Beyonce and Jay Z have decided to buy a brand new, custom-made hipster bicycle. Is Jay Z trying to soften up his hardcore rap persona? Is Bey looking to find her new, less militant inner panther? Well, to pedal like hell and leave some skid marks on the story of superstar evolution, let's go live to WIN senior rich and famous reporter Robin Bleach, who's at the Voodoo Donut Shop in Denver, Colorado, with all the bearded face, flannel plaid shirt, hipster details. Robin?
That's right. I'm here with some of the hippiest hipsters hipping today. I've got one gentleman with me here with a fine handlebar mustache and a tie that says thrift shop 2 times over. You, sir, what do you think of Beyonce's and Jay Z's most recent purchase of a hipster bicycle?
Well, I feel just like it's a pretty blatant attempt to try and be cool and fit in with a modern movement of being retro and looking back. And I am not willing to support them. I think it's pretty uncool.
What kind of actions are you going to take? Are you going to change your style? Or perhaps make a style that is in opposition to their own?
Well, I'm primarily planning to put a layer of color over my Facebook profile photo that will be blue, as in the color of Jay Z's Blue Code album thing. That, I'm sorry, it was popular. I didn't really listen to it, but just so everybody knows, hey, I'm anti-Jay and Bey.
All right, there you have it. This gentleman is anti-Jay and Bey. That album is The Blueprint. Looking for another...
Whatever, man.
All right. Looking at another gentleman here. Second in line, what kind of donut are you going to get?
Gonna get the Cofox cream, you know, because that's just like the best donut. That and the caulking balls, you know.
All right, and if Jay Z and Beyonce were here right now, what kind of donut do you think they'd get to accompany their new hipster bicycle?
Poser, dude, you know, because I don't think they're really that hipster, but, you know, that's cool.
Amen.
No beard, no cords, no flannel shirt. Can't be a hipster,
There you have it. Looks like Jay Z and Beyonce have a long way to go until they're crossing the finish line of hipsterdom. Back to you.
Yes, indeed. Clearly there must be some work, and it's not easy to be a cool hipster. Well, moving on to our next major story, brought to us by WIN contributor Pat of Chicago, Illinois. Donald Trump, or a.k.a. The Donald, has gotten so popular in recent months that Trump rally attendees are completely unable to contain themselves, charging the stage like teeny boppers at a Justin Bieber show, or screaming generals at a North Korean nuclear missile launch hosted by the supreme leader himself, Kim Jong-un. What is behind this rising phenomena that is causing so many to be utterly entranced by the prophetic president of the United States soon-to-be? That is they have to charge the stage. Well, to connect the mental dots, let's go live to WIN psychology reporter Dr. Drew Stein, who's at a Trump rally at the Cute Kittens Gentleman Club in Cincinnati, Ohio. And Dr. Drew Stein?
Oh, yes. Thank you. It's a bit loud and distracting in here, but it's very much like a Trump rally in the level of enthusiasm that we have. And I have several Trump supporters here. You have your Trump shirts on. This is Misters Kyle Jenner and Bruce Banner. Now, you are both dedicated Trumpers and have been videotaped assaulting other members at a rally. What is it that gets you so fired up?
Hey, I think that if we're gonna bring America back to the days when it was good, like World War II and World War I, we've always been at war. Those have always been the good days, and we're just trying to remind people that we gotta fight in order to make change happen. All right, in order to see America rise up to #1. That's what Trump promises.
Amen. Breaking ankles along the way if need be. Amen. And look at them strippers.
Absolutely. Yes. Look at them strippers with them boobies, getting us all riled up.
That's another thing. Trump has promised us boobies. A lot more boobies than in previous years. Look at the Bush administration.
That's right.
Hardly any boobies.
Sanders is promising free college. He's promising free boobies for all 14-year-olds. Hey.
Which I know personally I'm much more a fan of, because college, you have to work hard for the boobies. Well, back to you, Potter.
Wow, that's what it's all about, I guess. Okay, well, now for a look at the global weather. Let's check in with Tulip Sunspring, who's at the first annual International Hug Fest Festival in Tehran, Iran. How's the weather and the hugs shaping up over there in Persia, Tulip?
It is already hot and it is getting hotter, but at the same time, the weather, we're seeing some precipitation build up between these people hugging right now. You can see the lips beginning to soften up. You can see the eyes take on a glisten as if they really are singing into each other's souls. I'm getting a hug right now from one of the top contenders. I feel so blessed. Back to you, Potter.
Well, thank you, Tulip, for that excellent reporting again on the weather. And thank you all for tuning in to WIN World Local News on Mile High Sports Radio. I'm Potter Smittss. Stay tuned for Community Court next on the World Improv Network.
Give the WIN cast your suggestions via Facebook, Twitter, or by calling into the Mile High Sports Radio studio line during the break for a case that needs to be tackled during Community Court. Next on Mile High Sports Radio.